Welcome to my farm. Right now what I'm doing is taking some equipment home that I've just bought to this new farm. And yes, this is farm number 5, and I'm actually working on farm number 5 and 6 now, which will all be played simultaneously. So for future videos, feel free to put in the comments if there's one farm particularly you'd like to see me doing. Otherwise I'll just do whichever one I feel like doing on the day. Farm number 5 here, I will quite possibly not really do very much on video because the farm, I haven't done a lot to it since, apart from what the map maker had already done. You know, I was happy enough with what they've done that I haven't really changed anything very much. So therefore it would probably be a bit boring to play on video, simply because it's pretty much exactly how it came. But if people really want to see this one, they can. I can do any video that people really want to see. Now, what I like about this one is we go up this long driveway, and here you go to the left to go up to the farmhouse, or the right to go up to the farmyard. But I'm actually going to cheat here and go up to the left one, even though it's not the way you go to the farmyard on the whole. And that's why you don't, because going up this drive there's not really enough room for a decent sized tractor. And I've got to admit, I'm not even 100% certain. This is the biggest tractor I've got on this farm, this one here, which is 130 horsepower I think from memory. I'm not actually certain that this mower setup that I've bought here will actually work on this, where this one will have enough power for this mower setup. But we'll find out the first time I go to mow lawns, and I might have changed my mower setup if in fact I'm right and this one doesn't have enough power. I'm also not sure if there's enough space there to put the rear mower there down in the shed. I was planning on keeping it in the shed, but I may not be able to. Look at that, there's just enough room there. Okay, so I might have to angle it a wee bit like that. And if I put that one away. Oh, I know what I can go in there. I'll lower it like that. Oh, excuse me, I'll get that ball first. And lower it. So, this map here, so the reason I'm doing it 5 and 6, I mean, I'm just trying to do, I've never ever done multi-maps before, like about a month ago when I started doing so, and I'm actually kind of enjoying having different maps on the go. So I've decided, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be playing FS22 for. It may be a very long time, it may be not very long at all, until I go 25, because I don't know, at some point there's got to be some decent stuff that comes out for 25 surely, so I want to actually upgrade, but I haven't seen anything that makes me want to upgrade just yet. So that's why I thought, well, I might as well do all the FS22 maps I want to play simultaneously. Now I'm going to back this one up for a second so I can show you what tractors I've got in the fleet on this farm. So yeah, I'm starting to do sort of multiple farms, and this one here is Ladyhill, and we'll just stop this tractor here for a second. And there's a reason I want to stop it here, to show you what I want to show you. So have a look here. So this is the Renault tractor and the Class tractor there, both done by the same model, so they're actually identical except for the paint jobs, but they won't look quite identical there because I've stuck different sized wheels on this one, so it sits quite a bit higher. If you look at the roofs, you can see the orange one, well, either the top of the bonnet or the top of the roof. If you look at those, you see the orange one sitting quite a lot higher than the green one. So the green one I've got running a smaller engine, and so it's a Class Aries 610, and that means that one's 100 horsepower, and this one is the Aries 640. Renault Aries 640, so that means it's running 130 horsepower. So basically, although it's two different mods, they're absolutely identical except for the colours, and so both of them you can choose the wheel size, you can choose the engine size. On the smaller one here I've got weights on the front, on the larger one I've got the arms on the front. I've also got a very, very small little, oh, I should point out, this farm here is actually a modern day farm. It's the first modern day farm we've ever done, hence why I've kept the big plastic mud guards on the front wheels of the tractors, which I've never ever done that before. It's simply because it's a modern farm, so it's all modern equipment and modern safety standards. So this one also has the plastic mud guards on the front, and this is a, I've heard people say Sammy, so I think it's pronounced Sammy. I've always pronounced it Same. So this is a Same Argon 375, this one, so it's 75 horsepower. It's an open cabin tractor, as you can see, but because it's a modern tractor on a modern farm, it's got a roll bar, it's got indicators and lights and everything. It's got the beacon light, so it's got it's even got a mirror attached to the roll bar over there. So as you can see, although it's an open cabin tractor, it's got all the equipment. Now, just before we go back to grab my tractor again, I'll just show you some other stuff I've got here. None of that equipment's going to be put. So this is the only part of the farm I've actually redone. This farmhouse was sitting on a big concrete pad, so all of this is concrete all around here. So I've planted grass in there. I've kept the same farmhouse, just planted grass in there, and I've removed a shed from here, and so this is now the shed for the house. And I've got a couple of modern trail bikes there, because I wanted a chance to use the modern stuff there. I've got the MX-5, and I've got two Toyota Hiluxes. Now, this one here is a base model one, so if you can see there, it's got steel rims on it. No alloy wheels on this one. It's got black plastic mirrors, black plastic door handles. It's also two-wheel drive, this one. It's not a double cab ute, but it's also not a single cab ute. It's what's called an extended cab ute. So it's got a wee bit of an extended cab there, but still only one door on each side. And then next to that is a four-wheel drive Hilux, so it's quite a lot higher, as you can see, because it's four-wheel drive. It's got alloy wheels because it's more upmarket model. It's got a roll bar on it there. You see a big roll bar there. It's got the chrome door handles and all sorts of other bits and pieces because it's a more upmarket one. This is running a 2.8 diesel. This one's running a 2.4 diesel. So got different power outputs. That is the same mod. So with that mod, I'll just go into the purchasing area for a moment so I can show you. So it's one mod for that Hilux, and when you download it, you have a choice. You can have a single cab like that, or the extra cab, which is what I've got for my base model one there, or the double cabs. You can do any of the cab options, and there's all sorts of other options as well. So you can go from 2.4 diesel, 2.8 diesel, the GR Sport models. So yeah, all sorts of options there when you purchase it. So I've decided to have two Hiluxes, and as I said, one of them is two-wheel drive. This one here on the steel rims is two-wheel drive. That one there is four-wheel drive. Yeah, and I'm still setting this farm up, but I'll also just show you very, very quickly on the map what it looks like. So, and as I said, this is the Ladyhill map. So that there is my farm at the moment, and it's got lots and lots of cow and sheep paddocks. So in fact, before we take off on that again, I'll just show you around the farm a wee bit. So that's where the farmhouse is, down there. As I said, there's that much, the very narrow drive up to the farmhouse. Then you can cut through here to the farmyard, and through here, the milking shed's here, and I'm just going to jump this gate here. So there's your milking shed, yeah, and if you jump this gate here as well, so this takes you down to where you can turn left or right depending on which way you wanted to go. I'm going to be manually collecting milk on this farm, so the milk tanker will come up to here to collect the milk. And so what I was going to show you is, so this paddock here that we just jumped the fences into, this is a cow paddock. So you've got cows going all the way down there, you've also got access to the milking shed in there. Okay, so that's one of the cow paddocks. Then around here is a second, this is a sheep paddock, this one. So you can see the sheep in there. I was going to change this to another cow paddock because I don't normally do sheep, but the problem was that these feed troughs are at an angle, and although I could remove this paddock, remove feed troughs, which turns into just a normal grass paddock, I wouldn't be able to put cow troughs in there because of the angle, and cow ones have to go in flat. Well, all the playful ones have to go in flat. So I just kept that as a sheep paddock. I thought, I'll have a few sheep. So I've got some bales in there, and around here, wander around. This is another cow paddock in here, I think, from memory. Yes, it is. So there's a cow, and there are more cows there. They must all be over the brow of the hill here at the moment. Yep, so you can see them all up there. So this is also a cow paddock. And then I go back up here. Then we'll cut down here past the house again. Down the driveway. I should have jumped in the truck to show you this bit. The last cow paddock that I've got at the moment is there on the driveway down to the road. So there's 3 cow paddocks and 1 sheep paddock at the moment. I also own this paddock here. This one I'm planning on mowing to do bales, and this is a very, very large paddock, that one, so I'll get a lot of bales out of that. Start them up there. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still bringing equipment home on this one, but yeah, I decided that I'd like to do a wee bit of work on Ladyhill Farm here. Now, to the best of my knowledge, FS22 was the first one that Ladyhill map was available on. It may have been available on earlier versions of Farming Sim. If it was, I never saw them. So this was the first version of Ladyhill Farm that I ever saw, and I wanted to give it a go, so I'm adding it. And then farm number 6, which I'm working on doing up at the moment. And farm number 6 is one that I'm very, very excited about. And the reason why is, as you know, I'm doing a lot of work at the moment on what's the not Greenfields, Greenlands farm. And the reason I was excited to go back to that one, and I still am back on that one as well, is because that's the farm that I was playing before I discovered the BallySpring map, and spent an awful lot of time on that farm and things, so I was quite glad to go back to it. Well, farm number 6 is one that I've played all the time on FS17 and also on FS19, so it was my main go-to map on FS19 and one of my main go-to maps on FS17, but when it was ported across to FS22, it was ruined, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it still seems to work, but I think they ruined the yard of it, and to a large degree they ruined the whole feel of the map. And at the time I discovered it on FS22 and discovered that it hadn't been properly ported across, in my opinion, there weren't enough mods out that I could fix it properly using only placeables and things like that. But now that we've got the object hider mod and things like that, I've decided I probably can fix it now. And this was one that was actually a really, really great map on FS17, and when I downloaded the FS19 version, which was ported across from FS17, they had pretty well ruined it, so the FS19 version was ruined compared to the original FS17, but Eustace Farmer, because at that time I didn't know anything at all about changing anything on maps whatsoever, and I made the comment to Eustace Farmer that I really, really loved that map on FS17, and they'd ported it across to FS19, but ruined it in the process. And he actually said to me, well, send it to me and tell me what you want fixed on it, what's ruined on it, and let me have a look. So I did that, and I'm just going to cut through here just because at the moment all I'm really doing is delivering this equipment to the farm so I can play on it then. So yeah, I sent the map to Eustace Farmer, and he did a really great job of fixing everything that I thought I'd ruined about it. So, you know, I played an awful lot after that because he'd fixed it for me, and so that's why I've now decided that, you know, as I said, I discovered that Porter across to FS22 quite a long time ago, but had downloaded, discovered that it was even worse than the FS19 version. But now that there's a lot more mods available and things, I actually think that I would have the ability, plus my skills are greater, I actually think that I could probably fix it myself now. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And that map, so, which will be map number 6 on my save game file, is BallinCraig Farm. So my next video will probably be showing you around my hopefully fixed up and improved to make it look more like the original FS17 version of BallinCraig. And so I'm actually really looking forward to doing that and showing you BallinCraig. It does mean though that of the 6 farms I'm playing on currently, 5 of them are based in Northern Ireland, and the last one, it's not Irish, it's English. So it's probably not a lot of, I mean, I've always loved English, Irish and Scottish maps, so they've always been my favourites. I've only ever found one American map that really appealed to me, and I think that was FS15 from memory, that one I was on. I don't even remember the name of the map, but yeah, there was one American map that I really liked and I played a bit on, but on the whole, American maps just haven't really jumped out at me. And that's nothing against America or the people that make American maps, it's just that I like farms with narrow lanes with hedges of fences down the sides. I like narrow gateways I have to try and get through, and that's not the style that American maps take. American maps take a more wide open approach, which isn't really, you know, the kind of farming I like. It's not the kind of farming you get in New Zealand. Having said that, there is something to be said for being able to actually, you know, have huge articulated trucks with like 2 or 3 trailers on the back of the one truck that are way too heavy to go into the field. They'd sink into the ground if you tried. So you have chaser wagons on the back of tractors to empty the combines, and then the chaser wagons go over to the edge of the field to empty into the truck when they're filled up. And I did enjoy doing that on this one American map I found that I liked, but what's happened here? But it's not. I enjoyed doing it as something that was a bit different. It's not the kind of farming that I would normally do, but I mean, if I do find another American map that really jumps out at me, then I might just have an American farm as well. But yeah, so really this video was just to say, hey, you know, I'm still around. I've been busy, which is why there hasn't been a video. I mean, I dropped, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos while I was on leave, as I promised I would, but I've since returning back to work, I've been very busy, and so I just haven't had time to drop videos, I'm sorry. So I thought I'd just jump on here quickly to say, hey, look, I am still around, still farming, setting up farm number 5 here and working on farm number 6, and if that works, and it's working so far, so I think it's going to, if that works, then I'll be dropping a video, probably not be until next weekend, so that probably be 5 or 6 days away before I drop the next video after this one. But hopefully that video will be on BallinCraig, and it will be much improved on the FS22 ported version of BallinCraig to show you all the changes I've made and things. But so yeah, I'm sorry if there's not another video for a week or so, but I promise it will be worth the wait when it comes out. Okay, so I'll leave you here with that one now and just finish putting this equipment away and catch up with you all again later. Thank you very much. Bye.